I'm gonna tell him to add me,
like a movie,
but I'm gonna use this shit right here, this big ass purple brick. So it's like impossible to miss. I'm gonna send this bullet right here. We gonna see if that shot hit, bro. We gonna see if I hit my spot. Chad, we shoot it.
Yo, this is why I love
Does it work?
calls, bro.
Oh shit.
I just
yo.
Hello.
What's good with you, my nigga?
What's good, G? I'm listening.
Hold on. Let me turn my camera on and shit. I bet I came in here looking for content advice, right? How would you grow a personal brand if you want to make it based on you instead of like based around a niche? And if you had to start from zero with no previous recognition at all, how would you go about it?
Well, first of all, people are going to want to see a project or some sort of product. So like if I was trying to make it in music or something like that and I recorded myself making an album, Tyler the Creator actually just did this. He did Chromacopia and then he dropped a vlog on the behind the scenes of Chromacopia. And it was from different studio sessions, different times of him waking up in the morning, writing songs, tweaking shit. And that adds that opens up, I should say, because it's all about how much you open up and what you share. Because that's what's going to happen. It's going to be what you open up and share. It's not going to be necessarily a performative thing. You know, it's definitely not going to be a performative thing, but it's going to be what you share, what you open up, what you reveal. About like the shit we was talking about on the last call. Like, I see it this way, I view it this way, and I feel this way about it. And then once you do that, you have what I love to call traction. And traction, or friction, that may be a better word. Creating friction, right, is the ability to make people feel strongly about what you're doing or saying. And you only get that with friction. You're not going to get that with a middle of the lane ass opinion.
Right.
So I either have to be able to hate what you're doing or hate how you feel or hate what you're saying, or I have to be able to love it.
Right.
I can't just feel normal about it. It can't be like everybody like, oh, it's cool. I have to either hate that shit or either be able to love it, because that's the duality of that friction.
Mm-hmm.
You open up to both. To be the most, everybody hates it or everybody loves it. It has to be that's why hate is such a strong marker of a successful person, because they make people feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
People care. Now, they might care negatively, but they care, and hate is strong. Hate is a strong feeling. I bother you internally. So that, you know, that person may feel bad to be hated, but that says something. You trigger something in that person.
Okay. So when it comes down to this right here, would you showcase who you are through like your actions, or like, well, speaking is technically an action, but I mean like physically and verbally? Like, would you aim more towards the physical side of actions or more towards the verbal side of actions, of showcasing who you are when it comes to being in the internet space and, you know, being all the social media content creation?
Well, yes, like you said, speaking is an action. It depends on the circumstance, but in most cases, showing is telling. I remember somebody told me that, show and then tell. I was like, what does that mean? A lot of times it comes from an example or story. Like I said, I could use music all day and say, like, you know, I'm not feeling songs, or, you know, here's how I would approach this sample. And then I show and complete the song and then release it. But maybe I show me making it and then say, you know what, this is what I like. This sounds good to me, blah, blah, blah. So I'm showing it and telling it at the same time. I'm trying to use more diverse examples. And music is such an easy thing to point out. Mm-hmm. However, it could be if I was critiquing, you know, let's say I'm reacting to something and I'm like, I don't like his choice when he took the route, when he said this. I just did this earlier when I was like, yo, the guy didn't go for the kiss properly. I don't like how he did it. And I said, this is what I would have said. And this is what I think she would have said in response to that. That's my judgment. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's shit like that. I'm showing it. I'm not literally teleporting and switching bodies with him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm using an example to show it. So actions, yeah, both, everything, anything that gets your point across.
So basically, it really don't even matter. It's just as long as you showcasing who you are, then anything can really do the job. Is what
get your point across. Yeah, okay. That's why people see artists and they'll have these freaky ass outfits and these freaky ass hairstyles and shit. I'm like, oh, this person's a weirdo and a freak. 9 times out of 10, it's they're going above and beyond because they want you to know how much they don't care, or they want you to know how much they can do what they want and this is the way they want it to be done. So it's the same thing at the same time. It's like, am I showing off or am I being authentic? I'm showing off how authentic I am.
Okay.
The same thing at the
Yeah.
same time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it could be anything, man. It could be anything. You see your age. All right, that's funny.
Oh my, they saying I'm your age, bro. I hate that shit. Okay, whatever. Now, I didn't already had like I would say a smaller circle success because I already had like a little community built around me. You know what I'm saying? But they big to me. You feel me? I love my
Right.
community. We call ourselves the army, right? But I asked you a question in one of your previous streams. You was playing Fort and shit. You know what I'm saying? Over here cranking 90s, trying to hit edit courses and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So if you could have a strong effect on your like circle of people, what would you do to expand that effect to a wider crowd? Because I feel like I have a strong enough personality, strong enough viewpoints, and I really truly believe and live by what I say, what I believe, you know, and I try to teach and help others based on how I move. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that I done helped or anybody that done pulled personal information, and they all had a positive impact from who I am. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing that.
Right.
So if you was in my position, you know, actually you was in the position when you was smaller and you was giving dating advice, helping all these people who out here acting crazy, right? What would you do to go about expanding your effect, expanding your impact to a wider amount of people?
Fortunately, and this is like this advice can be, I'm not even gonna say limited, you know. You have to box yourself for people.
Right,
You have to frame yourself for people, you know, because they have to know how to interpret you.
right,
And that makes it easier to expand because you're more shareable, you're more digestible. And not in a way where you're compromising your own art or what you're creating, but in a way, for example, is the iPhone the best phone ever? Like out? No, it's just how it packages itself to be and how people look at it. Is Duke Dennis the most handsome man in the world? No, it's how he packages these things and shows it in the vlogs, and it's digestible that way. So when people find out about him, they just think that they just
okay,
see it and think it. Okay, that's the clip I saw go viral. That's how I'm going to interpret him.
okay,
You know, if for example, like if I'm starting my gaming channel and getting it off, whatever I package that clip and that content, am I showing you the entertaining stuff? Am I showing you me competing? You know what I'm saying? Like you tell people how to take you, and the difference between somebody who's like, I would say widely known and not widely known is, my personal faith is quality of message or quality of content. Like I feel like you could blow up as an artist and nobody knows what you look like in this day and age. Like you don't have to. It's much easier to have an image and be visually appealing. But I still believe like you have such a good song or such quality music that people would just share your shit and fuck with it because it's tough. You don't have to
right,
sell out to like the cheap schemes, you know, the Spice vibes, the Ice Spice vibes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you could have that much of a quality of art and make it about your art more than anything. And fashion is art too. So I'm not trying to say she's throwing shit on, but you know, to say what you're saying, like you gotta give it to the people how you want them to package me. You gotta title that clip a certain kind of way. You know, Tykwondoe dating coach was in my packaging. The limit, why I said that was limited though sometimes, because when you want to expand, because now I'm making it more personal about me. My video doesn't have to be just dating advice. You know, you might see me playing a game on stream. You might see me vlogging. You know, that was that was not a part of any of my branding at first. And to get people to watch you do those things, for example, Kai Sanat, what was he? What was he before? You know, what was he? How was he? Now he's more centralized as comedic, entertaining, high energy. You know, it's easy to box him, but at the same time, that's what makes him so digestible and shareable, is because you're going to see it and you're going to get it.
okay.
I feel like when you look at somebody that hasn't blown up yet, it's just like their shit is all over the place. They don't really know or believe what they're trying to be. You know, yeah. Do you believe what you're putting out there to be
Of
seen as?
course, of
You see what I'm saying?
course,
That's what matters.
of course.
You know, but the point being is marketing, how you package yourself, how you want people to interpret you. If you blowing up or not blowing up, What I will understand in my day and age is the packaging of things. Again, starting from scratch, knowing nothing, right? The way the thumbnails look. You know, I gotta know how this thumbnail looks. How am I representing the concept of the thumbnail? You know, what am I going for? I know these things. Like I can get very detailed, but I can make it very simple. I could show you a thumbnail and tell you exactly how I wanted to trigger the person. What do I want them to pay attention to? This is part of the reason. Like a lot of times I give my thumbnails to people, or even I have you know my man Leak, full-time editor. I got a thumbnail guy. I don't make my thumbnails or edit my videos anymore, but I know exactly, and I'm very descriptive because I know the triggers I'm trying to hit in the packaging. The thumbnail, yo, use this facial. My thumbnail guy got preset faces of mine, like different reactions. Like, you know, he got different jokes of those of me. I know exactly which reaction would fit which screenshot from that video I reacted to or that moment of that vlog better.
Right. Amplify the impact or highlight the impact.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, somebody said this in Duke recent video, the one I just reacted to with the Kevin Gage joint. They said he could have titled this video, meeting the most celebrities in 24 hours. I don't know what the fuck they said, but and then he would have put him and Sexy Red in the thumbnail. You know, it's so many different effects, and knowing that how you can tweak that is what I'm talking about, like how you want people to interpret you. Because Kai could have marketed it his advice or like moments from his stream, but no, the clips that was going viral and people sharing around is the moments he knows. Speed knows his it factor.
Yeah.
Speed knows his it factor. He's not laughing in none of his funniest clips. He's not laughing. He's in character.
How did you find your it factor?
I mean, it's kind of different because they're more like entertainers, and I don't really go for entertainment, even though that's something I've dibbled and dabbled more now. Like, you know, how can I show my personality more in that way?
Yeah.
But the it factor is what you feel. You know, Speed finds his shit funny. You know, like again, if you feel like you know what you're doing, then that's a great sign. Like I knew exactly, like I said, I could describe that thumbnail to you. I knew exactly what I was going for there. When Speed did that moment where it was like awkward or he cringed somebody out or did some weird shit, he knew what he was doing. He knew it. You know, he put on the performative face for the clip, but he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And he committed to it.
Well, how did you find your it factor when it came to the more informative side then? Because like all the examples you've been using been like entertainers, and I like the entertainment. Me, I'm kind of like half and half when it comes to my content. Like one day I might get on here, I might want to put down real motherfucking lessons, something you can go goddamn apply in the next 5 minutes and improve your whole fucking life, improve your whole fucking mental. And the next day I might get on here, goddamn flaming niggas, trolling niggas, goddamn betting money, doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I might take something like this, shoot at the camera, you know what I'm saying? Doing all types of, you know, dumb ass shit, right? So, but I want to tap more into the informative side too, because I want to be able to, I want my full, it's not really a persona. I don't like calling it persona because it feel like I'm disrespecting myself because it's really who I am.
Right.
But I want my full image to actually be able to take this whole content thing places. Like I want the whole thing to go up all together rather than just goddamn, you know, just entertainment and clip forming, if you understand what I mean.
Right. I mean, sometimes people catch on to shit whenever they do. It just works like that. It really does. It was this girl who went viral for the VTube stuff because she broke Kashin out record. And I started seeing clips of her. I started seeing clips of her singing. Like, damn, like sing her ass off. I was like, God damn. But like, again, like she been singing, Ben could sing, but we catch on when we catch on as a random viewer of a person. So you got to just realize that some people just going to catch on to your shit later. Like, you know, my dating shit went more viral first before my reactions of being like funny. And now I have a mixture of both where like I have videos that have hundreds of thousands of views that have nothing to do with dating advice, you know. But the main thing I would give it to just straight directly answer your question is finding that it factor and blah, 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 especially on the information tip, is if it don't move you, don't entertain it. Like, you know, I'm not recommending y'all books I haven't read that I haven't judged as impacting information. Like, I'm not sharing you something just to say I posted a video today. I'm not doing that. So that's that integrity, and that's what I mean by quality. Because it's like that integrity, they feel like we could feel the difference. Like, dang, did you just give us that song because you just needed to drop something today? Like, or did that song make your shit go like this in the studio? You know what I'm saying?
Like,
It's
did
a
you
difference.
actually want this shit? Like, did you
See what I'm
actually
saying?
like it
So-
yourself? Fan of your own art. So
Exactly. Quotes, a lot of quotes I share, y'all. I went viral for and this is the quote I'm thinking about viral. I'm not using the numbers to judge it, but it's so funny sometimes the shit you don't expect to go viral be going viral. But I was in it and I really meant it. I didn't even clip this. Somebody else shared this shit. It was the strong enough to have it all, too weak to take it. Man, that quote was stuck in that quote still be stuck in my head. You know, it's a quote that's stuck in my head now. You know, are we hobbyists or are we really doing it? You know, is it a hobby or are we really doing this shit? What's the difference? And do you know the difference and act on it? But that's a whole nother thing I could rant on. But that quote, strong enough to have it all, too weak to take it, that was from a Spider-Man movie.
yeah, Green Goblin.
Yeah,
No,
but I
you
heard
quoted
that
from.
shit and was like, damn.
Yeah.
Is niggas listening? Was niggas listen? And that clip went viral. That clip got millions of views, hundreds of thousands of likes. I wasn't even going for. I was just there in chat like I can't get this shit out of my head. But it moved me. It moved me. That's what I'm saying. That It Factor. Speed found that joke funny. You know what I'm saying? That book I recommended. That book meant something. My First Simper Pimp. I watched that shit and genuinely cringed. Like, why the fuck is he acting like this in front of with this girl? That started that series. I'm tired of niggas seeing niggas this horrible with the game. Like that was what it was. I ain't know it was gonna be a brand or a channel from that. I just knew I was tired of seeing niggas look terrible.
Yeah, it came on to speak about that bullshit.
Right.
Basically, what I'm pulling from this, you saying that as long as I know what impact I'm having, and the same impact I'm trying to have can actually work on myself, and I actually believe this shit. I can, if I do that and I package it the right way so people can see it the right way, then eventually the shit gonna end up getting me to a place I want to be.
Exactly. Man, give your opinion, trust your judgment. If a viewer learns something from you that they couldn't learn from me, or they learn from me what they couldn't learn from you, all people is better at the end of the day.
For sure.
That's how I started my shit. I started my shit criticized. Like that's what's my bread and butter.
Oh, and you were telling me about TikTok too, and the other sharing. How you tie TikTok into that? Like, how do you use TikTok, and how do you select the, because clips on TikTok are short segments, so you can't have the whole full impact. You can only have like potent parts of it. So how do you select parts of your content and parts of your longer form content in order to put it on TikTok? Like, what do you look for, and how do you purpose it on TikTok?
That's your judgment. My judgment would be how full the thought seemed. So I used to make clips almost seem separate from my video. I'm thinking, let's say I go to the video I did of Soulja Boy and they met Tiana Trump. And that video was just a pure reaction. But it was 1 minute of that video where I went, yeah, you never show a woman, blah, 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 blah. That's a clip because it's a complete idea. It's a complete thought. Like, if I, within the clip, have started a thought and finished that thought, yes, it's not the whole 20-minute video, but that still is a complete thought. It's a complete segment. It's a complete idea. So I can share that and they can listen from beginning to end and understand where I was going with that complete individual thought.
So you'd be looking for for segments that's complete enough to give value to your audience and should have an impact on.
Right.
Okay. See, I be studying this content shit because I actually want to take this shit serious, and I've been putting work in for a while. I got 2 things to say to the dojo. One, I don't look like Rage. I don't look like Milk, because y'all niggas be wildin'. Who else y'all say? I don't look like Duke. I don't look like Bruce. Fuck all that. And goddamn, yes, I'm a yapper. All right, I appreciate you, Ty.
All right, for sure.
All right, my dog.